You're watching another episode of High Events. Today we're here at Colombo City Centre as Colombo Jewelry Stores, together with Dr. Asha Devos and Oceanswell, unveil a limited edition pendant to celebrate their collaborative initiative to grow Sri Lanka's marine conservation effort. So let's go and see how it goes.
Akram just fun. They said, look, we've got these things earmarked, but there are some that I have another idea. Do you want to try it out? Here's a whale pendant. We kind of went through a few designs. He came up with one. I've been wearing mine for a while, so I'm not going to lie. I got a piece before all of you. But it is a conversation piece. Everybody buys humpback whale pendants across the world, but blue whale jewelry is very, 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 very rare. If you haven't got the point yet, it's very, very rare. And so this piece is, it's great because people often see it, they tell me it's really beautiful. They ask me whether they can get a piece. So, you guys are lucky, you're at the closest anyone will be to this many global pendants ever. There's just 50 pieces, each one is numbered, each one has a signed card, and you know that 100% of the proceeds come to Oceanswell and Lust to continue to be that little snail that's kind of making that difference in the world, but also having that opportunity to go on this adventure and create ripple effects across the globe. And that's kind of what my story is.
So today we are Oceanswell along with Colombo Jewelry Stores. We are launching a limited edition pendant. Akram can tell you a little bit about the pendant.
It's a limited edition blue whale pendant crafted in silver. We're having 50 pieces only, and each one is priced at rupees 5,000. Each pendant has a blue sapphire eye on the whale, and 100% of the proceeds of this of all the sales will go to Oceanswell to further their marine conservation efforts.
So actually, for my luck, I think Akram had been following my work for a little while, and so as a result, he approached me and he asked, if they could partner with us to support some of our conservation efforts. I also had done my background checks to see, Colombo Jewelry Stores, because I have obviously certain things that I look for in a partnership, and of course they had everything from being a Sri Lankan company, homegrown, to also supporting conservation efforts in other areas as well, not just the ocean, but not using that as a marketing tool, which I thought was very admirable, and which I realized then it came from a very genuine place, and that's important for us. So we launched these partnerships. We've had lots of different, we brainstorm all the time, and this was one of the ideas Akram proposed to us and said we can do this beautiful pendant. 100% of proceeds come to you, and so I'm really excited. I'm wearing one of the pendants right now as well. I was lucky enough to get a individual pendant that's made specially for me, but we have 50 pendants, and we're hoping that people will be really excited to buy it, and they are very unique, so I'm pretty excited about this.
The idea was that 50 people will wear this pendant and carry the cause forward. It's not just symbolic, it's a symbolic pendant. It's not just a piece of jewelry, but something that you can wear and people start talking about it. It becomes a conversation piece, and then that furthers the marine conservation effort we are trying to do.
So basically it's things like this where, we have particular projects that we are interested in getting supported by Colombo Jewelry Stores, but also we have these, almost pop-up ideas where Akram will say, look, how about this for a fundraising event? And I think it's great because oftentimes when we get grant funding, it's earmarked for particular projects, for particular things, but it's also nice to have money that doesn't have a tag on it saying what it has to be spent on, that like donations like this allow us to actually experiment and do more exciting things that, might come up suddenly, and they really help organizations like mine to really push boundaries even further. So this is sort of the nature of the partnership is quite dynamic, but at the same time it's built on a good solid foundation.
Actually, it's a great thing that these guys are doing, Colombo Jewelry Stores together with Asha, because for the longest years we've been actually basically seeing the stuff that they do for the ocean, for the whales, and for the Sri Lankan coastal line, and it's great work and it's admirable work that usually we don't see so many people do in Sri Lanka. So this is a fantastic initiative, and I really hope that this flies, really off and really it goes from Sri Lanka towards the whole world, and that this becomes an absolute success. Well, we've been closely associating her for some time, and with all the work that she does, I think she has a very hard task because she's this one single person who is striving to do what she does with all of these obstacles in Sri Lanka, and with nobody nobody actually there to come and support her in a big way, because we don't have that sort of work happening in the country at the moment. So it's great that she alone started this whole thing, and that is a Sri Lankan woman for you, a strong Sri Lankan woman right there, and that's really great, admirable work. Well, the experience with Colombo Jewelries is always a great one because they are one of our Sri Lankan flagship brands, and great Sri Lankan entrepreneurs who have started out years ago and really come like about 2 or 3 generations, and it's a superb Sri Lankan iconic brand. Okay, so I want to tell all the Sri Lankans out there, do your part, because you have to take care of Sri Lanka's seas, the oceans, the greenery, the forests, and as a whole Sri Lanka's environment. So I would like to tell everybody, if you feel for it, don't just be in there, just talking about it at home or with your friends. Go out there and do your part.
Well, I think I was very lucky to buy the first one, and I hope it'll bring me luck, and I hope it'll bring the whales luck, most of all, and of course the wonderful Asha, who's done so much for what she's doing right now. It's amazing. Well, this is something Sri Lanka needed very badly, and she has provided for what I would say the actual essence of protection of the species of the whale. And it's so incredible that this wonderful blue whale and all the other whales that swim around Sri Lanka are now being sort of helped and protected by a Sri Lankan. I think it's very exemplary of my good buddy for actually really thinking of this idea. And Akram has always been in the forefront of matters like this. He signed up, if I might say so, he signed up my partner in crime, Jackie. Crime's not the right word. In the movie we did together. So Jackie's been there, and now he's got Asha to take on this message of protection of natural habitat and then everything that's natural around Sri Lanka, which is great. I have always been a lover of nature, and my friends who know me will tell you that when I was in Sri Lanka, I had almost every type of fish you can have in a beautiful protected aquarium, and all the birds and all the animals I could get my hands on, because Sri Lanka is so important in our huge biological world as we live in the sea as well as in the air. And I mean, it's unbelievable. You look at the foliage, the different colors of green, and you look at the sea, the different colors of the blue. So it is so important for us to protect this, and I'm so happy that Asha and Akram has come up with an idea like this, which I think is quite unique. And I'm happy I got the first one.
nice. It was really nice to see just how supportive everyone is of the cause such as this. It's a really great initiative, I think, when everyone supports a conservative idea like this. It's really cool. I mean, seeing Asha very passionate about what she does, and you can't help but be a little bit inspired at the very least. Yeah, it's really cool. Well, I think it's. I think by nature, like, everybody wants to support a good cause. Everybody, if they can, they will. And I think no matter where you are, the difference is, like in Hollywood, the difference is that everybody wants to be seen doing this stuff. Whereas here, I think we know that this is our Sri Lanka. There's only one Sri Lanka, and we have to support it to get behind it and help do what we can to help support it, you know. And I think that's exactly what Asha is doing here, which is great. It really is good. I think it kind of comes from all of us. We have to sort of take responsibility for every little piece of garbage that we throw out. When we put something in the garbage, it's going somewhere, right? It's whether it's going to the tip or if it's going out to sea. We have to recognize that there is responsibility in everything we do. We're not apart from the system. The system is us, and we have to provide some sort of responsibility for everything that we do. I think really, when you see garbage when you go to the beach, it's basically one of us that's doing it, right? It's not all one person. We can't blame one person. It's your sister or your brother or your mother or your father. You can change their habits. You can change your own habits by what you do, and I think that's really important for all Sri Lankans, because I think we have a tendency to blame the person next to us, you know. And I think if we take responsibility, and even when you see somebody littering, just say, "Hey, man, what are you doing? This is our country. This is not just yours. It's ours. Let's do this together. Let's make sure we're proud of and keep Sri Lanka beautiful." I think that's important.
I'm here with Mr. Julian Bowling. How are you doing this evening?
Good, even happier that I'm here.
All right, can you tell us a little bit about what you thought of the event that just took place tonight?
Unfortunately, I came late, but still on time. But the pendants are sold, so pretty sad about that. But the fact that Asha, campaigns for the fact that we want a clean ocean and an environment, save the whale. Yeah, so I think it's just a beautiful campaign, and it's international, it's worldwide. But glad that it fosters from Sri Lanka. So yeah, we're all there to support her, and we'll journey with her the way we can, and make sure there are more pendants made for us to buy one. We need that happening. So yeah, I know she sort of loves the ocean. She's campaigned. She's world famous, but she just continues to go back to the ocean. That's where her heart is. So just want to wish her all the success, good health to continue the good work, and yeah, we play our little role in it.
Tell us a little about your friendship with Asha. How do you know her?
Asha, okay, so obviously she's a swimmer. We kind of do a bit of fitness together. We have a little adults fitness program. So I can just assure that she probably swims faster than a whale. So my job is to try and keep up with her and improve my fitness. So we have a lot of fun. We probably swim 2-3 times a week. So that's our friendship. And yeah, it extends to all this. So.
And that's a wrap. We just finished the launch of the limited edition pendant by Colombo Jewelry Stores together with Dr. Asha Divas and Ocean's Well. Now, they sold all 50 of the pendants that they had on display tonight, and 100% of proceeds are going to marine conservation efforts. So if you want to come and check this pendant out or even buy it yourself, you know where to head to. Make sure you head over to Colombo City Centre and check Colombo Jewelry Stores out. And that's a wrap for me. I'll catch you again on another episode of High Events. My name is Kaylin Marcellus.